Yeah, it's okay as well.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to know so what is how you gonna use this course to step up your career as
No,
your
so basically, yeah. So this is a project which I might gonna start. I'm not sure yet, but then I need to get the hands on the Alteryx. So I read some book online, like the tools which are available and how the macros work. So basically, that's what I want to get more hands on it, because I just read and I don't have the the practical knowledge of it. So I just want to make sure I'm just covering through, the scenarios which are covered in the real time, not just the basic training.
so yeah
Like
so
for example,
basically you
if you have to read data from the SQL Server, or or we reading the Excel files from directory, and then doing some data massaging, all that stuff, creating calculations, so the formulas and all that stuff, and then we can be using that output like to Tableau. I've seen all that steps, how it's been done, and if you have to build a batch macro for that, so we can, like, if you can walk me through with all that things. And
yeah
then how long you been working on Alteryx?
so I'm been like last 5 years I'm working on Alteryx and I have total 9 years of experience and into Alteryx I have like close to 5 years. And in these 5 years, I have worked with different sources like CSV files, Excel files, and databases, and AWS like cloud things. And
Okay.
like in the same way, I have I have written files to database, and again I have loaded things to database, and I have written files to AWS cloud, and again the same Excel, different sheets into
Yeah.
Excel, and again CSV files. So it's same
Gotcha.
so
Right.
like in my projects we are limited to connecting to only database things you in your discussion I heard that you have been looking for Tableau, like we'll try that too.
No, I mean, like the
uh,
Tableau would be just like the output to the Tableau, like for those, if like the high profile, like that would be the last step. And also, I want a more preference on the, the cleaning tools, like the data parsing tool, like regex and all
yes,
that stuff.
we will cover them, but yeah, macros are kind of advanced and we will cover them.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, we'll cover like whatever the point you things you pointed, we will cover them. Yeah, in this first demo class, I instead of getting into boring theory, I will give you an overview what Alteryx is doing here, so that you will have some broader overview of Alteryx. Fine.
Okay. And then, if you what version we're gonna be using for this one, for the Alteryx? The latest version we're using?
So we will be using only I have like my company's version, but you will be you install latest version only, no issues.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So because of the standard stability versions, I have many versions. Like I have almost 10 to 12 machines at my end. So um, I can use like whatever the version I have free now. So you
Okay.
download the latest version on your system.
Okay. And then also, like, we would be using the desktop, like this one, the Alteryx designer desktop, or we would be using like
Yes.
the, okay, desktop. Okay.
Yeah, desktop designer only.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you have already downloaded it. I'm doing it now.
No, I have not downloaded yet, and I have only, like, this MacBook. Does it work on MacBook or no?
MacBook, let's try.
Okay,
So
so
you
maybe.
download it, and let's see. Share your screen and let's see. So instead,
Okay, so
before that,
right now, what I will do today, I will, after I finish the class, I will try downloading, because right now I'm on the phone itself, so I'm not connected to my computer.
sure. So let's get into overview of Alteryx so that After this class, you can download and you can install, and I will help you out there if you are facing any challenges.
Got it.
So Alteryx is like so we can call Alteryx as an ETL tool and also as data analytics tool. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. I'm not seeing your screen yet.
Yeah, I'm just sharing now.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah. So Alteryx is ETL. So I like you're supposed to know what is ETL.
Mm-hmm.
So ETL is kind of extract, transform, load. So extract, we doing extracting the files or the data from database or from any other source like Tableau, whatever you said, Tableau and Power BI and Google Sheets. That there are different sources like files, CSV files, it could be Excel files, XML files, and sometimes
Can you also use like paraquet files as well?
yes, Parquet files. So whatever the files, whatever we will use, we can use n number of like n number format of files. Like it could be CSV, Excel, and Alteryx has its own data type, like file type. We call it as YXDB files,
Yeah.
and like I call it as Alteryx database. Instead of Alteryx file system, I call it as Alteryx YXDB database, YX database files, Alteryx database files, and it doesn't have any delimiter. Okay, I'll explain the things. So these are like files, and we can connect from n number of databases.
Okay.
SQL, Snowflake, and Postgres. Okay, so in my projects, I like connected from these sources. Okay.
Okay.
And cloud, coming to cloud from AWS. We used to connect from AWS, and we can also connect from Azure. I never tried it, but it will be the same way, like how we connect from AWS. So like with minimal differences, it will be same. I'll be explaining with it from AWS. Okay, and in the same way, this comes under extract. So we are going to extract the files from these sources like this. It could be files, local files, and it could be from databases, and it could be from files in the cloud. So, and after that, the name suggests after that the transfer. So what we will do after we extracting the files from these sources, what we'll be doing with those files? Obviously transforming them. So we'll do data cleansing. Again, data cleansing means we'll be extracting the files from different sources, and we are not sure they are structured in proper way. Like we can have nulls and we can have special characters. We can have a number of challenges with those files. So Alteryx, we have got a best tool in the Alteryx, that is data cleansing tool, and we use that. And again, we use Python. Like we can do all these things with Python, and we can do all these things with Excel. But the best thing in the Alteryx is we can do these things without writing any code. Like we can simply easily drag and drop the tools. We have direct tools in the Alteryx, and we can automate the things with those tools directly. It is simple. It is very simple. I'll show you. And but in the Python, we have to write some kind of codes, and it is like data reading with the help of Python is a bit delayed. And I would say I don't think it can handle billions of data with ease. And coming to Excel, we can read at most 1 million records in the Excel. We can do pivot in the Excel, like we can do that in Alteryx also. We can do summarize in the pivot Excel, and we can do that in Alteryx also. But what is the difference between Alteryx and Excel? People would ask me, because Alteryx is more cost. License is very expensive, where we can get Excel with minimal license cost. And Alteryx and Excel are doing both same jobs. What is the difference? Where we can find the difference between both of them? The difference will be Alteryx.
Automation of the process, I guess.
Yes, automation, and the best difference is Alteryx can handle billions of records with ease, where Excel can handle
1 million.
Less than or equal to 1 million.
100,000. 1 million. 1 million.
Yes. So any more than that, Excel will not handle, and Excel, when the file will not be opened. And in Alteryx, I'll show you. So let's complete this transformation. So we'll do the things like unique, like deduping the records based on the required levels, and we can merge the records from different sources, and so these kind of transformations we can do, and we can change the column names, and we can add some column names with the help of formula tool. So many things we can do based on our.
But the transformation also has this, right? That's what you call that. The summarization, or like all that stuff, right? Like
it all come like
pivoting, the transform cross tab, right? Transpose and the cross tab.
Cross tab and transpose. So all is like 1 minute. So these all these sections comes under transform, like join, parts, transform. So preparation, all these tabs comes under transform section. Adding autofill, data cleansing, filter, formula, and multi-field formula, multi-row formula, and random record data. All these tools will be using in the transform section. So all these tools comes under here. So the flow is like we'll be extracting the data from some source. It could be any of this, and after that we'll be having a requirement like do this to those files, and do this requirement to those that data, and do these transformations. We'll be having these requirements, right? So we'll be pulling in the tools based on those requirements and doing such things. After doing satisfying the requirements, we have to load it to somewhere. So some destination, right? it could be again files, and it could be again AWS S3. And again, we have to load that to a database. And again, it could be MySQL, Snowflake, whatever the database. So the thing is like, we have to extract and we have to transform. And again, we have to load it to somewhere.
Okay.
You getting?
Yeah.
So like we can connect almost to 80 different sources in Alteryx.
Okay.
So sources means like, again, cloud, AWS, Azure, Power BI, databases, like all these things, like we can connect to almost like 80, like more than 80, I think so. 80 different sources we can connect to, but in Excel we cannot write. So I want to know what is the like volume of the records you will be using.
I don't know.
Size of
Yeah,
the
it could be. It's gonna be more in millions, like 20, 100 millions, like that. It's gonna be huge one. Yeah.
Okay, like I want to tell you, in my daily tasks, I used to deal with billions, almost like 2 billion, 3 billion data.
Okay.
I used to like join 2 billion data with again another 2 billion data.
And
That
then
is
right. But once you join, like, are you doing a full refresh, or you can have the option of incremental refresh, or like how does it work?
that like both the process will be doing based on the requirement. So
Okay.
we can have both the requirements like that. Like
And one right, but once you save the like say join the data, whatever, right on the fly, say, and then where does it just get this data get saved? Like while doing it's like time it's on its
yes,
Alteryx side.
that is load. That is load. So based on the requirement, if we have to write that to the local file, we have to write it, or if we have to load that into Snowflake table, we have to load that into Snowflake table.
But right,
Yes,
right. But before we go to the loading to the like database environments, Snowflake or SQL Server, right? Is there
yeah,
any like you want to check within your Alteryx, like how the data looks before you load there, right? Like some
we
staging
can,
and thing.
we can.
Okay. Okay. And where
So
does that get
all this,
where does
yes,
it get stayed?
yeah, like it stays in the temporary. We have temporary space in the Alteryx, and we can check after one tool in which way the data looks like. We can check on the palette itself. We have the result section. We have result section here. Okay.
Where, sorry?
I'll show you like so. Coming to this tool overview, we have the palette here. We will design the flows here. So you can see that drop tools here, text no. So we have to drop the tools here based on our requirement. We have to first understand the requirement, and after that we have to know what the tools we have to pull in, and I'll show you something. So see this, it has 190K data. My file has 190K data. So if you want to see the data, I can see in the result section. This is result section. Can you see this?
So you're saying that the result section over there, right? So once you run the flow, you can see there.
Yes.
So the first one is a select one. Is a browse select or it's select? It's a select. The second
This
first
is
one is a browse.
like, this is select, and we can do in this select, we can do
Standard
renaming.
yeah, exactly. But then the first one, before the select, you put the file, that's the browse tool.
This is not
Input data.
browse, this is
Input data.
input.
Input data pointing to your Excel file.
Yes, I am reading the local files. This is local CSV files.
So when you say local, it's already in the Alteryx, or what do you mean local, or you're on your computer pointing to that C drive or map drive?
When I say local, it is there in my laptop, in somewhere in the drive, like
Gotcha.
it can be,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So again, like here I'm mentioning the files, right? It could be local CSV files or
Right.
cloud CSV files.
Mm-hmm. But you can also like right now I'm just real time scenario, right? So this is like you're pointing to your local drive or local computer, right? But in case if someone not have access, we have to share these files once to create the flow to someone, right? Say within
Yes.
a studio or like or a controller, right? So basically, what you wanna do, like, can you map this to UNC drive as well, like UNC, so that they also have access, or like how does it work?
Yes, like we have to know the that source platform or what, like can you give me the example? What which UNC path in
No,
another
basically
another
I'm saying so how do you make sure like the other person, because right now say pointing to your local desktop, right?
yes,
Say C drive users your desktop, right? So
yes,
once you have to share this flow with someone, right? So you
yes,
see then you share it with me, but I would not be able to access your local system that file, right? So
yes,
how does that
yes.
work?
So this we can share that with network path, because like I will show you something. We we have something like network path, and
So
let's say
you're
this
gonna be using
is
UNC part, that's what I meant, right? Like
yes,
UNC.
yes, yes. So we call it here like network path, and you may call it as UNC path. This is local to this laptop, and
Okay.
we can have. Uh, I'll show you something. Yeah. So I'm going to some local path, and we can have the UNC path.
Got
So instead of putting like sharing like G, and instead of sharing this path, I'll share this path. This
okay,
is
but
like
then right. And with this part, like, how do you make sure, like, who is supposed to see which files that you will be defining through LDAP groups? How does security works in the Alteryx? Like the user permission, is there any that also, like, for example, like from Tableau perspective, you create LDAP groups or whatever, right? And the users have access to those. For example, you create separate project. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Tableau or not, like the way this works, right? So how does the
yes.
security works here in Alteryx?
So it's like completely again it will be like Alteryx will not like I can say the security will not work with the Alteryx. You people have to take care of uh, like if you are sharing the path with someone else, you have to make sure the related files will be only there. You
Okay.
got the point. So like you can limit uh, with the file naming convention. Like so there is some file. So you like so you have
You
in
mean
a
define the
particular
permission? Yeah, you can define permissions from that shared drive. Like that's what you mean. Like who can be seeing that file? SharePoint, like that thing.
SharePoint.
Like within the SharePoint or your shared drive, who have permissions to see that file? Based on that, like if you're sharing that, like say for example, you create a flow which pointing to a shared drive file path. So based on how the permissions defined on that shared drive folder, then whoever has access can be able to see that file. Is that your right?
Yes.
But that's fine. But like I'm okay. But is there any concept of the security in Alteryx like which you want to share, like how it works in Alteryx?
So security, coming to security, like we can read, we can like I have like let's say I have to share this network path to you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I will
Hmm.
show you how it will look like. So I am going to that path. So you gave me this network path. Okay. I'll go to that path. So I will explain these things afterwards. So
So you're recording this. Would you be able to share the recorded files as well?
no, like these are my project files. We have in the Alteryx itself, we have the example data. So we can get in the Alteryx itself. Like if I'm explaining you the file input file, we have the data itself there itself. I'll show you
Okay.
that.
Okay. No, that's fine. Then we can use it if it's not sharing the recorded file. That's fine.
Yeah,
Don't need to see.
I'll explain the both. So this is tool, right? Input data, like we can access the input files from this tool, right? So we can click
Okay.
on example.
Okay.
So we will have the complete data and explanations of the tool.
Okay.
So if I click on run, it is like all other flows. It will run, and we can view the data and the things. First,
What did
I'll
you
explain
run?
you
So
this.
where was the flow? Can you show that again? Where was the flow you
So
ran?
here.
Right. This is run button, but like there was already an example with the flow already built in with the same database tool.
So this is the example flow.
Or just one of the tool itself, like the browse, like any file,
Yes.
any tool. Okay, and whenever you select, it will be showing the run of that, like what it's doing.
Yeah. So if you want to look the explanation of the tool, please search the tool name here in the global search bar.
So it's like a help
And
box. Okay.
you can see the example beside the tool name.
Okay.
So, and click on the example and you can see the flow opens like this. The example
Okay.
flow opens like this, and you can run it right away.
Okay.
Okay. And you can see the data and how it is going, the things. So this is with this example is with data connections, and this example is with Excel files. I will explain you the things just for understanding. I am explaining you thing. So again, Excel file it is showing that like the examples will list you out with from n number of sources. So database connections, SQL Server, Oracle, Hadoop, and classic mode. So other databases. So it will have a number of examples. If you clearly understand it, you will pro the input tool.
Okay.
Okay. So coming back. So let's say that I have shared with you the UNC path. So this is a path I want to share it with you, and this is the local path, right? But I want to share I have to share you network path, right? So going there, and I have this network path. If our systems are internally connected, only you can see the network path data. So if I'm sharing this path with you now, and you can see the data with you, like at your end, it doesn't work. It will not work. So your system and my system should be connected internally in the organization. However, in the organization, our systems are connected, right? So
Yeah. Or
you can
basically,
see,
like within even your office like network, right? I should be
yes,
having access to that shared drive where you have pointed your file to, right? So then only it work.
yes. So
Yeah.
after that only it will work, and you can see same like how I'm saying here. So you will be checking in that network path, and you can see the same three files, and you can drag them to Alteryx like how am I doing? I'll show you that.
So if, for example, you created this flow, right? Like you have input data file and you selected one file and you saved that as a workflow, like whatever the file is called,
Yes,
what's the full form? Like the Alteryx format is AYMD, or like workflow is like WC, or what's WC workflow, right? YX
there
like
are two
MD.
things. Like there are two things
So
with
it's in
Alteryx.
YX. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, one is Alteryx flow and one is Alteryx file.
Fine.
So this is Alteryx flow, YXMD.
Okay. Oh, that is YXDP. Okay, YXDP.
Alteryx flow. So YXDB is Alteryx file.
Database, right? You said.
Yes, Alteryx database file. So coming here, it is like we don't have any specific database to Alteryx. Like the file itself is called as Alteryx database file. Since like MySQL is separate database and SQL is separate database and Snowflake is separate database. Like that, we don't have any database for Alteryx. But the file, this is the default format, file format of Alteryx. That's it. Like it is not a specific database. Again.
Okay.
So what it will help, what it will do for us is the files will be read very fast when we have them in YXDB format. That's it. So the things like CSV files, Excel files, and YXDB files. Among all these, YXDB files will be read fast.
But then, so how do you make that YXDB file? It's not gonna be internal file format, right? It's only once you have like, so you created a flow and then you use a CSV Excel file, and then how you save it, it's converted as YXDB, or how does this work as YXDB?
I'm going to save it as YXDB. So
And
I'll
that
explain.
when you're saving it as a YXDB file, that's where it is just like you pointing as a YX, like it's Excel file, but then it's saved as a YXDB file.
So we have to save the both the configurations. I'll show you. So I am reading the CSV files. If you see the file names, I'm reading the CSV files. Okay. So the file format is CSV. Okay. And the delimiter, you know the delimiter. What do you mean by delimiter?
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
basically,
that
it will be comma or whatever tab, like any other data
yes,
for separating the columns, right? So,
yes. So these are the details of the input file thing. So we can see the configurations in the after clicking on the tool, we can see the configurations in the left side. So this is basically 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. So if we click on the tool, we can see the configurations left side. So all the things we can configure in the tool, we can see here. So I'll explain you these things in the later classes. And we can do some manipulations or transformations, whatever, in the middle. And I will write to a file. Output. Okay.
And the output data is only one option. Like in the input, you can select any file. Like in the database SQL output, also you can select multiple options. Like it could be a SQL Server or like a CSV, Excel,
We
whatever.
can have like to write to the local files, we select output data. Okay. And in that output data, we can connect to n number of sources again, destinations again, sorry. So I'll show you. I want it. Yeah. So we can see the files and data sources and server. Server is like Alteryx server, that is different. And going to data sources, you can see a number of things like Amazon, Athena, Aurora. So it will be like all the cloud platforms and all the eligible connectors we can see here. MySQL, MongoDB. So
You
we
should be
can
having
write
Tableau
the
as well, right? You should be having
we can
Tableau
have
into it.
Tableau as well. Yeah.
Right there, right there, right. Yeah.
And we can have HDFS and we can have so Salesforce. Okay, we can have
Right.
Postgres. So these are all eligible connectors from Alteryx.
Okay.
So Power BI, we can read and we can write the data to these connectors with the
Okay.
help of these connectors. You getting?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So any questions here?
I think it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we can write. I'll for now I'll write it to a local file again. Okay. So I have to select the path. So again, I'm writing to the same path. So these newer versions, like we instead of going there and selecting the path, what I will do is I'll simply copy paste the same path in the destination. But instead of the same file name, I will do changes in the file name. So instead of writing CSV, I am writing it as YXDB. Okay. So file format type should be YXDB. We have a number of types here.
So you're saying when you're writing the file at the output, so that's where you change the format to like YXDB. You manually selected this .yxdb.
Yes. So it can be
Okay.
YXDB or CSV or XLSX.
But then YXDB would be only able to open through the Alteryx, right?
Yes.
You can open the Alteryx, right? So,
We cannot open YXDB files in your Notepad++ or whatever the.
so when you're saving this file as a YXDB instead of CSV or Excel, so what would be the difference if you save an Excel
Yeah.
or
So
YXDB?
when we're saving it in YXDB, as it is, YXDB is the default file format of Alteryx. Alteryx can read YXDB files with very ease. Even so, the same 10 million CSV file and the same 10 million Excel file and the same 10 million YXDB file, we can see the difference clearly that YXDB file will be reading super fast.
But is there any data limitation on the YXDB file like you have in
No
Excel or
data
CSV?
limitation. So no data limitation. We can save as much as you can. It
Okay.
is like another CSV file, that's it. But it is like default file format of Alteryx, and it will be as it is a default format, it will be read fast. That's it.
But when you open that file, it's open like as a flow, like when you open it like any YXDB file, how does it open?
I'll show you that too. So I'm writing this data to YXDB file. So I'm writing, so like observe the things here. I'm writing it to the same path, okay? And I changed the name. When I changed the name to YXDB, the file format will be automatically changed to YXDB. Even if not changes, you have to change it to YXDB because you're mentioning here YXDB, and if you
It needs to be in sync.
make it
It
if you
needs to be
make it here,
synced, right? So,
yeah. So it should be. So if I change it here like CSV, it won't work.
right.
So it is not correct. So if you are writing YXDB here, you have to make it to YXDB.
Gotcha.
So Alteryx database YXDB. Generally, when we change the extension there, yes, Alex, it is on the top. Sorry. So there is no delimiters for this. Okay. There is no header configuration. So maximum we have only 5 configurations here, and we can write it, and it is finished. Okay. So you can see this file over there. So see, even you can see the same symbol with flow as well. So there is no much difference in the symbols, but you can figure out it is whether it is a YXDB file or YXMD flow with the help of extension.
So YXDB file or YXMD. So it's how, so the shape, like the symbol of that file is different for YXMD than the same symbol.
So you cannot figure it out like with the symbol.
It's only
Is it
with the extension only. Because within
sorry?
Tableau, you can see if it's a hyper file or if it's extract file or TD. Like, you can see that it is TD or TDS extract or TWPX.
Yes.
You can.
Yeah, but here we can figure it out to the file
With
type
the
with the
extension.
file extension only.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is like, if you can see here, it is YXDB, and then look at the symbol.
Got it.
Okay, and I'll show you the flow symbol. So this is the YXMD, and again look at the symbol.
Same, right?
Same, and even the type is also same, Alteryx workflow. So, but here you can figure it out, like I will include the things. So here I don't have any YXDB flows. Okay, I have YXDB files. Okay. Give me
So
one
what does
moment.
it say for the, so if it's YXMD, so that's basically your workflow, but if it's YXDB, that's your, it says Alteryx file, or it say the same thing, Alteryx workflow. It should not be saying a workflow,
Alteryx.
right?
It will show it as Alteryx database file.
DB file, okay.
So we can
And
figure
once
it
you,
out with the
when
help
you
of
open that,
extend. Yes.
okay, once you open that the file which you created, how does it look like? If you open
So
that
I am opening it here. It will open in Alteryx
as a
only.
new session in opening another Alteryx session.
So see, so it will be opening in Alteryx Designer only.
Okay.
So this way we can have a look. Like it will be same like Excel app again, and
But
it
but
will
it
be
it,
open in.
it would, right. But it only shows the output of the data. It would not show what's inside that. Like, that's not your workflow, it's just the database file. It would
So
not
this
show
is not.
what tools you dragged in, right?
So this is not flow, right? This is YXDB file. This
Right.
is not flow. So
Right.
it will
Okay. So basically,
show you only output.
got it. Got it. Okay.
So
And is
this
there
is
any
same
limit
like,
on this? How much data it shows, or it shows the entire data set?
so you can see the details here. It is completely showing 190K, 190, 141 records displayed, 36
Right.
fields, 17 MB data it has. And if you go down, it will show you the data. But again, it is 190K means it's huge, right? So it will take some time. Yeah.
Okay.
See. So instead of opening this file like this, we have to read this file in Alteryx only. That is easy and better. I will
Okay.
pull that. I am deleting this and I will be bringing in that file. So two ways we can pull in the file. So one is like I have like dragged this file and I'm clicking on Alt tab so that my Alteryx window will come and I'm dropping it over there. So this is one way
So with
of
Alt and Tab key, you can drag from your local that YXDB to and it will automatically comes to your Alteryx.
yes. And the second
Okay.
way is like again we the traditional way. We have to select the file path and
Open
from
that
here.
saved file.
Yes, we have to open that file, but this is a newer version. This is a, latest version almost. I cannot save the path. I cannot see paste the path here actually. So that is the one irritating thing. So we cannot
Say that
paste
again.
the.
Like you're trying to open that YXDB file, so you can't paste the path here. You mean like in the file name?
No, I in the older version I can paste the path here actually.
Okay.
But now here, yeah, I can able to paste. Wait, let's see.
I mean, like that should be there, I guess, right? Otherwise, it's gonna
So
be very.
basically the pulling in the file by pressing Alt Tab is a quickest way actually. So I never do this way actually.
Okay.
So it is not
So
pasting.
basically, Alt tab is not just for YXDB. For any file you want to drag it to, or you can only save as a YXDB or workflow. So you can also drag the same workflow as one instead
Yes,
of
we can
opening
drag.
like. Okay.
We can drag any
Uh,
file. We can drag CSV. We can drag Alteryx workflow file. We can drag Excel file. Anything we can drag. Only the
okay.
eligible things will be opened up.
Okay.
Whatever
Okay.
the files, whatever the
Okay.
flows can be viewed with the help of Alteryx will only be dragged and dropped.
Okay.
Can be dropped here. Other files we cannot drop them here.
Okay.
So these are the things. Okay. So I wanted to show you one more thing. Yeah, let it
Okay.
be. So we have read the input data from some file and we have written that to some other file. We read it from CSV and we written it to YXDB. So we have seen the couple of things. And so coming to the self-explanation example. So whatever the tool we have to look after, we can do this way. We can search that for the tool in the global search bar here, and we can see the example of the tool. It will be open like another flow in the machine itself. And okay, we can run that flows.
So what are you trying to do? Open another example from there? Is that your friend?
Yes,
Or
yes. So from tomorrow, I'll be doing it you should be doing it, and I'll be guiding it to you like what to do, which one we have to
okay.
read. Okay, from tomorrow we will be doing that way. So like
Okay.
as a demo class, I will be doing these things
Okay.
because if I do them here, you cannot like maybe my machines are slow, maybe
Okay.
there will be some network issues. So if you're doing this at your end,
Okay.
you will be feeling comfortable.
Okay. So one
Yeah.
thing, right? Maybe you can send me, you can WhatsApp me like the steps to install or the link from where I can install and give me the version which work with MacBook so I can install that. And if it's not, then I have my Office like laptop Windows old one which I can use as well. But let me know.
So
So
we can
I would
like
prefer the Mac.
we can have the latest version itself. I think this is the latest version.
Right, right. But I'm saying give me the one which works with the MacBook on the Safari, or if it does not, then
Yeah, I'll check that. I'll check that and
right,
I'll
right,
give it to you.
right, right. And then are you gonna walk through something more today, or are we done for today?
Done for the today. Like I wanted to explain you the overview of Alteryx so that like
Okay.
in the first class, if you are
Yeah.
going to theory, it doesn't make sense.
Right, right, right.
So
I mean, like theory, I
yeah,
already read it myself, so I don't want to be going because I have less time to go through all the advanced cases. Like, I won't at the advanced level, but basic starts as well. Like, not just spending too much on the basic because I understand like most of the things which I read, you know.
yes,
So,
yes.
so that's what like, and then I think I only have 2 weeks, so we should be good in 2 weeks. How long this course goes for?
So actually, in my last classes, it lost like it will be for 20 to 22 hours.
Like almost three
So
weeks,
if we covering, yeah, if we
an
covering
hour.
daily 1 hour, So
Okay,
it
so
will
three
be
weeks.
taking.
Okay, yeah. Okay, 3 weeks is
Yes.
good time. And are you also available for the like the project support as well in case we need some?
Yes. Yes. We can do that as well. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
so like in the next 2 weeks, Alex project.
Okay. All right. So if you're wrapping up today, right? Actually, I was at the
I'm
Starbucks
asking.
right now. Say that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, go
my
ahead.
question is like, in the next 2 weeks, you will be into that Alteryx project.
That's that's what I'm thinking and hoping for. But then we should be. But I wanted to
Okay.
get this done in 2 to 3 weeks. Okay.
Okay, no issues. Like, no issues. We can like
Okay.
we can finish 50% by then.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if
Okay.
your project commences early, we can do support too. That's no issues.
All right. So I have to rush right now. Can you just WhatsApp me the steps to install that one? And you have my number, right, on the WhatsApp?
I think these people will have to get to you. I think I cannot talk to you directly. I'll
So
share
you
the
don't want
things.
to
Like these
you don't
people
want
give you
to
the
you don't want to share the
details.
WhatsApp number?
I think I'm not going to share. Like I cannot have access to share my number to you because uh, these people, these like the institute people will have to give you the details. So they will send you the instructions. I'll share it with them.
Okay, so they send it to me over the WhatsApp, right? Someone will send it to me,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right, please do send
So
it. And it's raining outside. My car is parked a little far, so I need to bring my car and get my laptop. Okay. So just I
sure,
will talk
sure.
to you tomorrow. We're gonna be doing the same time every day.
I'll say like what are your feasible time? Like can
This
you
time is good. Okay, this time is good. 8:30 to 9:30. Okay.
8:30 to 9:30 daily?
Like
Okay,
like
so
6 o'clock your time, right?
yes. So
Okay.
do you have any other time like your your this is your 8:30, right?
Yes, yes. When we start 8:30.
So this is your 8:30 and okay, fine. No issues. We can connect the same.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye now.
So I'll share the details
Bye.
with them and they will
Okay.
follow you up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.